in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions. Punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now third down and 6 to go. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Finding room in midfield, and they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A play fake for Swift, now Goff.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now Goff on first down. Forced out to his left. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
That brings up 2nd and 5.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Goff. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal.
Here's Goff. Dancing to his left. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, They have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons have moved out in front.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Following a touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. A fairly short kick from the 14.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
From the gun, here's Goff. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
65 yards.
And the Lions are able to move back in front.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now Patterson to start the drive.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams.
Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Olsen, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. A fairly short kick from the 14.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
They'll roll him out right.
He'll get this off to Swift.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On 1st down, it's Goff.
He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Off play action. Here's Goff. Sliding out of the pocket. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Again, Goff. Being chased out left. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Goff linking up with Shark for a Lions 1st down.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Zerline's kick is up and through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of it?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole. And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
97.
Back to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fielded just inside the 20. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards.
And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Patterson. And he'll go down at the 28. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons.
This one from 46 yards out. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good, and this is going to remain a 1-point game. Boy, 4th and 2. This crowd was urging them to go for it, certainly. Instead, they settle for the field goal try, and then they come up with nothing.
Brandon, yeah, football coach won't let the crowd dictate how he calls a football game. He stuck to his guns. But after the miss, now there's 70,000 coaches in the stands thinking they were right.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff out to his left.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st down, Goff escaping the pressure right. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 38 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the execution part of it.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
Touchdown!
DeAndre Swift.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions have taken a 4th quarter lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did,
Speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
He's got a man, complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, 50 yards.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Taken from about the 12.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 31, Goff.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Goff now looking to throw.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth.
Zerline good with a PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this is a unit that needs to get in gear if they want to play for a conference championship next weekend. Down 7 here in the 4th, and a very critical drive upcoming.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
61 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. 58 yards.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
From the 6.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked his special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Swift going to try up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Goff. Steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Goff now to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. This would put them in the NFC title game. And that is no good. And that changes everything here in OT.
Well, what a game this has been, and now overtime will decide who goes on to play in the NFC Championship. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And CD, we get to see the debut of the brand new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first, and that way you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
A good opening drive so far here in overtime, looking to put the pressure on with a touchdown. It's 1st and 10.
Gone.
That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 30 yards.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
It's a touchdown run from 10 yards out.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, and I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now, but in a small way, those defenders are also kind of happy for the rule change because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Running the counter, Patterson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Nervous time now, moving the chains, an absolute must. Here's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Here we go. Black 40. 0-3.
They'll look to throw here.
Finding Kyle Pitts running the slant. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Cougar 19.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, here we go. Now it's gut check time. They need to convert here to keep the series and their season alive.
And obviously, this is their biggest snap of the season. And across the line of scrimmage, how about that defense? They feel exactly the same way, and they know they're one stop from celebrating a win themselves.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back.
Well, we know they need a touchdown here to keep their season going, and on that play, wasting no time to try to push that ball downfield, partner.
Yeah, and even though the season's hanging in the balance on this drive, I don't know what you see, but I don't see any fear in the eyes of this offense. They're dialing up big plays, risky throws. They'll do whatever it takes to match touchdown for touchdown. And in this moment, they need to play the best they have all season, and they certainly appear to be ready to rise to the occasion.
A pitch comes to Patterson.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
17 yards there on the touchdown run. Well, CD, they had the overtime answer. Now the question, do they tie it or go for the win?
Well, the teams already knew. The best teams, they made up their minds.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will tie the ball game. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away.
Taken from about the 12.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, one touchdown answered by another, and we see those new overtime rules come into play and extend this game here, partner. So now it's nice and simple from here on out. Next score wins.
It certainly is, isn't it? Even with the new rules, this is why winning that opening coin toss is so valuable. Now we've reached sudden death. They get the first crack at ending this playoff classic. Execute the same way you did the last time out, and they will certainly be celebrating shortly thereafter.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. And this is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Charles, any chance they go for it here?
I think that there's a chance. They have to consider it because of the way they played offense in this game. I mean, look at the scoreboard. Look at the points that they put up. They feel confident that they can keep it going. But the risk is, and the downside is, you don't get it here, you've set up your opponent in really good field position.
Well, welcome back to the divisional round of the playoffs. A second overtime moments away. What a call this is. Tied in overtime, and they are going to line up to go for it. 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Now, do you try for more yardage or get to the spot that your kicker wants? Here's 2nd down. Now, here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Second and 5 now. Goff.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Goff now looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
He's got this complete to Williams.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 32 on the play. Well, in overtime, I think coaches always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again, still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash, what do you need? And that goes into the play calling in OT.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
101 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Ball security critical now. When do they opt to kick it? Time will tell. Here's 1st down.
On the give, this is their fullback. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. This would put them in the NFC title game. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Goff, a handoff here to Swift.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. And he got it. The kick is good. And they have won it here in double overtime. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.